crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Holy moly, what an exciting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is a digital asset space. Listen, the market is doing what the market does. We'll get into that. Michael Saylor stepping down from MicroStrategy. Is he really stepping down, or is he just changing positions? I don't know. Some say that he was kind of serving two roles there. MicroStrategy is gonna switch to one. I think it is much to do about nothing. So be careful. Be careful out there. Careful. Be careful with your it was never Bitcoin tweets. Be careful. Be careful there. Anyway, we'll go over the market because it is doing what it's doing. A group of Celsius, what did I would say? Celsius account holders, Celsius custody account holders, pulling their funds together to try to get access, try to get their crypto back. I wish them the best of luck in that endeavor. I really, really do. Hope it works out well for them. So, guys, listen. I'm going to do a quick video here. I got to get back in, hang out with this Crypto Siege for sure. But wanted to hop on here and kind of share some stuff. I think that's interesting what the Celsius custody account holders are looking to do. Yeah, very interesting. I'm still on the recovery plan front. I think that's where the answer lies for sure. And I'll go with some other stuff. I think Moon Chaser had the tweet of the day. We're going to cover that as well. You want to stay around to the end to get that one. All right, guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple Daily News. And around 0 to 10 minutes. Listen, the market is doing what the market does. I'm going to refresh this because I don't think this is accurate for sure. Shout out to the swing traders. I hope you're doing well. I had a chance to listen to my guy. I haven't listened to my guy in a long time. Noah Stedman, I haven't listened to him in a minute, as we like to say. And I listened to him hit this morning, boy. He's a really, really sharp dude. I gotta tell you, a really, 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 really sharp dude. Talking about buying $500 a week on the cheap. So buying $500 weekly cash flow on the cheap. Smart man, makes a lot of sense. I never even thought about that because I was just so engulfed in the midst of the Celsius thing when Curve and Convex were at the really, really big time lows. Yeah, I never thought about that. I had a fun time on Curve and Convex. I had a really great time being there for sure. So listen, the total cryptocurrency market cap is 1.1 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is at 39.8%. Bitcoin, guess what, is at $22,757 again. Ethereum is at $1,599 again. And guess what? XRP is at 36.5 cents again. So in any case, I mean, the 7-day greens for the market is great. I mean, that is great to see, but, doesn't really matter much for unless the swing traders are out there doing their thing. I hope they are, because we're down from 3 trillion to just over $1.1 trillion. So this is from Crypto Whale. Michael Saylor just announced he's resigning as the CEO after 33 years, after losing his firm. It says here, after losing his firm over $2 billion, MicroStrategy's executives also rumored to be dumping the rest of the Bitcoin next quarter. The great escape is beginning. Yeah, I don't know. MicroStrategy, I don't know. MicroStrategy is separating the role of CEO and executive chairman, which Michael Saylor was holding, says Tahoe Crypto. Saylor will only be the chairman now. There's no rumor about dumping any Bitcoin. Saylor's role as CEO is centered on a Bitcoin acquisition strategy. MicroStrategy is doing well, according to Tahoe. Yeah, I wouldn't put much on that. On this whole tweet here. I wouldn't put much into it. I wouldn't put much into it. That's all I'm going to say on that. I know the XRP maxis are, it was never Bitcoin, yeah, the XRP maxis who say, I want everyone to win. Yeah, no, you don't. All right, so what else we got here? Oh, this is the same thing. This is from Blockworks. Michael Saylor stepping down, CEO of MicroStrategy, and become executive chairman. Cool. Simon Dixon, that guy from, CEO and founder, creator of Banks of the Future, as a partner. This one is interesting. As Celsius Network admittedly commingled funds, and called it custody. But I don't believe they segregated funds in custody, and they were invested at risk with no interest. That is a very, look, this is Simon Dixon's view. This is Simon Dixon's, what he believes happened. It's just not a great look. We'll see, right? Because lawsuits are coming for sure. And it's a great point here in this thread. The article, it's okay. I've read the article, it's okay. But in this thread, another attorney, Jason Siebert, who's been very, very kind and generous of his time in AMAs with Simon and Plan C. What is not clear at this point is I don't know, ad hoc. Is this ad hoc committee, is it trying to represent all custodial accounts or just those non-accredited custodial accounts? There is a regulatory distinction between them, says Jason Siebert. He's an attorney. I believe he's a bankruptcy attorney. Not to forget also that in every country except the U.S., okay, he said that's not true. He says they were not invested, says this RM Madden. They were not invested, do not misrepresent people's intentions. People thought it is like a cold wallet, like Ledger, where their funds are safe. But most people don't have the knowledge and intuition to set up Ledger. Some distance says, are you sure that those funds in custody were not invested? Chapter 11 says they admitted to commingling funds, meaning they were most likely invested illegally. So that is the word on the street. And I know for a fact, a lot of people had their stuff on Celsius Network in the custody, just on Celsius in general for security. And the article talks about these cryptos that aren't in the earn account, right? So they're not earning rewards. And that was my sentiment, because Celsius took collateral for loans on digital assets in which that collateral was not earning rewards. So it don't matter if it's in a custody account or it's an earn account. If the asset, if you're not paying rewards on the asset, you're not paying rewards on the asset, right? Says, according to CoinDesk here, Celsius Network custody clients tap a lawyer to reclaim $180 million. The account holders represent 4%. This thing is brutal. 4% of the assets. Why is this thing doing this? Oh. Come on, CoinDesk, what's going on here? Represent 4% of the assets locked up at the bankrupt crypto lender. 4%. Customers who held crypto in custody accounts at Celsius, the bankrupt trading and lending firm, have banded together to hire legal counsel in the bid to get their money back. The custody claimants, who account for about $180 million, or just 4% of the overall assets locked up in Celsius, are enlisting the services of Kyle Ortiz, a partner at the corporate restructuring firm Togut Siegel LLP. This ad hoc group has grown to more than 300 members in the week since first bankruptcy hearing and has raised close to $100,000, the retainer for its legal representation. Everyone is signing engagement letters as we speak and have $193,000 to $100,000 committed. I have no doubt we will get there. David Little, one of the organizers of the custody ad hoc group, said via direct message. we grew our group. That's great. That's great. So we're 400 people in this thing now. Something, I guess, if you something that you may want to consider. An ad hoc group is, in this context, refers to a group of people with common interests in a case who are willing to foot the bill for their own legal representation. Unlike Celsius clients who deposited funds in the company's high yield earned product, custody clients didn't collect interest in. Well, and this is another kind of, this custody earned thing, like it just started. Right? And so there were some people who moved from earn to custody because of safety. And there may be some people who just deposited into custody, quote unquote, for safety, right? You got a company to call, you got customer service, you got phone lines, you got all this stuff. And the safety, was there. You can't argue that. So, but in the end, it's not going to matter, earn or custody, in my opinion. Now they're going to make a fight for it, and they're going to try to say something because Celsius is claiming the custody stuff belongs. They're claiming that, but Celsius defaulted a lot of crypto into earn. Like the Spark token, for example, it defaulted into the earn thing. Why? You're not paying rewards on it. You know why? Because they knew what they were going to, they already knew the long-term gain. If you're not paying rewards on the Spark token, why did you default it to earn? That is a fact. It was when that earn custody thing, it defaulted to earn. You're not paying rewards on it. No one knew there was going to be this little custody, right? But Celsius knew. They knew it was going to be this little stipulation, this little legal game of custody and earn. That's why they did it. Why default the crypto? Why default it to earn if you're not paying rewards on it? Because they knew they're going to come out with this little legal mumbo jumbo about this whole custody thing is yours, blah, 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 blah. But admittedly in court, they were commingled. Again, I ask you, someone answer the question for me. If you're not paying rewards on a crypto, why would you, Celsius Network, put it in the earn accounts? Yeah, Spark token. I never bothered to move the Spark token because I wasn't earning any rewards. It's still an IOU token as far as I'm concerned. Why was it defaulted there? I don't know, but it was. So the now underway bankruptcy hearing of Celsius, which froze customer accounts in June because of whatever. We know that the custody wallet holders were the first to form this ad hoc group. In the case, these creditors are worried that Kirkland and Ellis, the law firm hired on Celsius' behalf, may be telling them what they want to hear without doing much to support them, according to Thomas Braziel, the founder of bankruptcy claims specialist 507 Capital. That's exactly right. And in the end, you got to get it. It's a lot. The sell holders hard. They don't want to believe it. The diehard Celsius don't want to believe it. But the bottom line is that law firm is not working for depositors. The law firm had to pick a side, and they picked the side of the people that are hired, who hired them. That's Celsius Network and Alex Mashinsky first and foremost. They're not our law firm, guys. They're not looking out for you. And they are playing legal word jumbo. What do I want to say? Mumbo jumbo, legal mumbo jumbo with you. They ain't looking out for you. They're going to try their best because the crypto they know that most of that stuff's not there. They know it. It's very, very obvious to most people for certain. So, I mean, this ad hoc group, it's going to be very, very telling because these judges are going to have to make a big decision about these custody thing. In the end, you got to get that the company, Celsius Network, can just say, we don't have it. Like, what's going to happen if they just say, we don't have it? Yeah. Well, what do you have? And who's going to get first dibs on what you have? Is the UCC going to say, well, hold on a second. You aren't paying rewards on these cryptos. You should get them their crypto. I don't know. it's going to be very interesting to see how this stuff is going to all play out, because the UCC is made up of a few people from all the people from who are account holders. What's the priority in terms of whatever Celsius network might have? What's it going to be? Every 90%, I believe, want their crypto in kind. Where is that going to come from? We won't know until Celsius finally reveals what actual crypto they do have on the platform. It's going to be very, very, very telling. All right, guys, that wraps up your XRP Ripple daily. Oh, man, I want to show Moonchaser's video because video. Her tweet was absolutely spot on. Here it is. Moonchaser. Hope you're doing well, my friend. The SEC's chokehold on crypto is the last attempt of the legacy system. That'd be the legacy banking system, struggling to keep the status quo. 100% this, 100%. All right, guys, this wraps up your XRP Ripple Daily News in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope it has been of value to you. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's let YouTube know that we want to get the channel out to more people. People who are hanging out who don't know about this new asset class, that's the digital asset space. The way we can do our part to let them know is to smash that like button so YouTube gets that out there in the algorithm heaven. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the hangout. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video or whenever I do go live. I'm going to end this video, my friends, like I do all of my videos, and remind you guys of this.
Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.